My name's Dan Holliday. I'm an artist and designer. I've been working for like 30 years on different projects, my own work and a lot of musical clients as well. We've been digging through the old archive and have found plenty of old paintings. A lot of stuff I've kept for my own, stuff I particularly like, and I've kept for my own collection really. A few odds and sods that I made in at the RCA back in the late 90s, and most of them relate to the calendar which runs through the whole time period, so there's lots of sort of stuff that you can take from the calendar and look at the print that maybe it came from or the painting it came from. Seeing all the work, the old work that we've been digging out has been pretty good actually. It's actually made me, some of the stuff you just tuck away. I pulled out one print I couldn't even remember making, and then I realised that I'd made it at a certain workshop at a certain time, and I still had a couple of other prints that I'd made in that same time period, and it was like I actually thought, some of this, because often you just think, oh, that's the old stuff, and you just put it away. I mean, you keep working and making new stuff, which you always consider it to be better. But I actually looked at some of the old stuff, and I thought, actually, some of this is relevant and still good, and stands the test of time, as they say. London is a great city, and I've always enjoyed living here, to be honest, right from when I first moved here in sort of the late 80s from my hometown in Portsmouth, Gosport, which is across the harbour from Portsmouth, and when I was always travelling to London to see gigs, etc., and it's played a massive part in my life, the music and come to see the art and etc. So living here and actually getting involved with the music scene and the art, making the art, has been very influential. The city has for me. Special sort of Sunday night gigs at the Lyceum. We used to have to always miss the last train because it was a Sunday night, and getting a milk train back to our little house in the sticks. It was very special. The DIY culture, the punk thing was DIY, initially when it started, and you had all the influences of great artists like Jamie Reed, Malcolm Garrett and Linda Sterling, and of course the influence of fanzines like Sniffing Glue, the way they were put together, the typewritten and hand-drawn stencils, etc. It's all stuff I still use in my work today. It's a massive influence. I really got into printing when I first started at art school, really. I went off to a sixth form college and did an A-level in screen printing. This old dude who showed me loads of great techniques, who used to run a little course, and ever since then, really, I started doing textiles at college. Did a few years at doing textile design, which again was purely screen printing. After doing the HND, I set up a studio on Hackney Road with a friend of mine called Andy Holland, and we ran a little company called Trouble, and used to do all the flyers there and started printing there as well, just with very primitive hinges on tables and stuff like that. Then I moved around the corner to the Mangle, where I worked with, there's about 8 of us initially in sort of an artist's working space, where the photographer's downstairs and we worked upstairs, and we got a print bed in there and had a big t-shirt carousel, and lots of different people passed through there over the 16 years we were in there. I think the exhibition's based around the 20 years, that's why it's called 20 Years of Nonsense, based around the 20 years of calendar making, and how that relates to some of the other work. You know, whether I'll put all my flyers and all my, because there's so many of them in the show, I think what we'll do, we'll concentrate around the calendar pages and how it relates to some of the paintings and the prints that I also make. I think it's having made those calendars for 20 years, and it seemed like a perfect time to actually 2020 is a good number, isn't it? And that means I have 240 prints that I've been itching to show together as a body of work, and hence that's why we I think that's why we decided to do it this year. I'm excited to do it. It's great to, again, as I said before, to actually get and look at what you've made in the last 20 years, you know. I don't think you can really change what you do if you've done something for this long. You just keep doing it, don't you? Just hope people appreciate me for who I am, rather than you know, if they like the work, that's even better, you know. But you know, remembered, you know, life's short, isn't it?